Hi everyone, welcome to your practice. My name is Steven, and then this is my local Tofo dog, Simba. He's not mine, but he hangs around here often. He's going to be joining us for the practice, who knows. Welcome to your practice, by the way. And what we're going to do today is a practice called Hello Hamstrings. Our goal is simple. We're just going to create a little bit of space in the backs of the legs, especially between the knees and the sit bones of the glutes, which is the area called the hamstrings. Three muscles on either side which work together to close the knee together, you could say. And if we sit a lot, then we're sitting on the hamstrings, on the glutes. So this whole area gets a little bit bogged down, you could say, with our seated lifestyles. So for this practice, you're going to need a strap or a belt, or maybe a long towel can also work. So grab something if you don't have something handy. You can always pause the video and then come back. And once you're ready, lie down on your back, grab your strap and place a loop or just a strap around the ball of the right foot. Nice. Now there's a couple of options to hold the strap, and my preference is to hold one end of the strap in each hand, so that you can let the shoulders relax down and that top leg is just hanging in the strap at the top. Now just know that if there's too much restriction, the backs of the legs, all you have to do is reduce the angle a little bit. So the angle of the leg towards the floor, you'll have to reduce that a bit, just to back off a little bit if the sensation is too strong. So find a position that works for you, that you can hold for a little while, a couple of breaths. And with the bottom leg, I'm not just letting that leg flop down, I'm actually activating that leg into the mat a bit, almost like I'm standing on my left leg and I'm lifting the right leg up. Nice. With the right foot, I'm just gently pushing up into the strap. Feel this long stretch, the whole back of the leg. And then hold both ends of the strap in your right hand and open the right leg to the right. How far should you open it? Well, until you feel enough, which is a good stretch in the inner right thigh. And just try to not lift that left hip too much. Keep it a little bit heavy. Sometimes I like to rest my hand on that left hip, just to remind myself to keep that down. And then again, I'm kicking the right foot into the strap. And now I'm feeling more on the inner thigh side. It's still hamstrings as well, but we're also getting a bit of adductors, which is the muscles that connect your inner knee to the groin. And then lift the leg up. Now go with the leg over to the opposite side. So we're going to a twist. And again, go just as far as you need to feel a good sensation for your body without overdoing it. So whether that leg is hovering parallel to the ground, or it might be a little bit higher, or for some of you it might be down, all of this is fun. Just find a way to take a few breaths here. So now we're biasing the stretch a little bit more towards the outer side of the thigh and the hip. You'll feel that. Take another breath or so. Good. And then lift the right leg back up. Swap legs, so the left leg's going to go up in the strap, right leg down on the ground. Remember, we're staying a little bit active with that right leg. And then hold one end of the strap or the towel, the belt in each hand. Straighten the arms and let the shoulders relax down. And then again, just find the angle of your leg to the floor that gives you the best results. It might be a little bit lower, a little bit higher, depending on how this side is feeling. It might be a whole different story than the other side, of course. With the left leg, I'm gently pressing up a bit into the strap. And notice with the arms, you don't need to pull really hard. You can just let the arms hang from the strap. And then both ends of the strap in your left hand, open the left leg to the left. Feel a nice stretch in the inner left thigh. And again, as before, don't let the right hip lift too much. Do your best to keep it a little bit heavy. if it lifts a tiny bit, it's not a big deal, but it could be nice to rest that right hand there to get some extra weight and awareness. Feel the inner side of that left leg and the inner hamstring and adductors lengthen. And then lift the leg up. We're going over into a twist, so both ends of the strap in your right hand. You can stay a little bit higher up, this works quite well, or parallel to the ground, or all the way down. If that is an option for you, you can explore what feels best. Again, a couple of breaths here. Try to keep these poses quite restful. You might be doing this after a long day at work, sitting after a while, so it's good to keep things a little bit mild in that case. And then lift the leg back up just to remove the strap, and then come up. You can place the strap off to the side and come into a lunge with the right foot forward, left knee down, so create a good amount of space between your back knee and the front foot, and then place one hand on either side of your right foot. Walk that left knee tiny bit further back and then start to straighten into the right knee and re-bend it. When I say straighten, I don't mean that leg has to be all the way straight actually, but I mean that you're pulling the right hip back and the back of the leg is getting a bit of extra length. That's more positive than straighten, because then if your leg doesn't straighten, you're going to start thinking you're not doing it correctly, which you are doing great. And then pull the right hip back every time you reach back, and then just rock backwards and forwards, and you'll feel a nice space the back of the right leg. And I would recommend to also lift the right toes up as you go back, because then you get into the calf, the Achilles, the back of the knee a little bit more. So you're starting to lengthen the lower leg as well as the upper leg as well. Good. One more. Good. And then tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee off the mat, and then just step a little bit closer and turn the back heel down. Nice. From here, just start to pull that right hip back. We've prepared that hamstring. Hopefully it's starting to feel a little bit more open. So now we're coming to this yoga pose called the pyramid pose. If this feels quite uncomfortable, you can always bend the right knee a bit, or you can lift the hands up by putting something underneath the hands, a block, a book, see what you got. And then wherever you're at, pull that right hip a little bit back. Often we need to move the left hip slightly forward and then lengthen the spine to the best of your ability. So don't think how low can you get with your forehead. There's nothing there that is of amazing value. There's more value in pressing the feet down, in lengthening the right hip back, and in stretching the spine forward. Nice. Take another breath. And then exhale, returning to the second side. You can just swivel around, or you can step the other foot forward, doesn't matter. It's going to be left foot forward, right knee down. Hands on either side and pull the hip back and move forward again. You can always adjust your distance if it's not working. Flossing the back of the left leg. So we're just touching on the hamstrings. We're saying hello. You guys have been squashed in the seated desk pose for a long time possibly, and now we're just giving them some space. We don't need to go in there guns blazing and stretching those hamstrings at all costs. You'll have a better effect if you come back to this often and you repeat these simple movements. That's one more. Good. And place left foot down. Tuck the back toes under, step a little bit closer, turn the right heel down, and then press both feet down. It's okay to keep left knee a little bit bent. Wherever you are, pull the left hip back. This might have the effect of straightening left knee more. Just see how far you get there, that's fine. And then keeping both feet grounded, can you pull left hip back, move right hip slightly forward, and then from the hips lengthen the spine to the front. Again, you can lift your hands, you can modify however you need to. Try not to get stuck on how low you get here or what the pose looks like for somebody else. This is a unique experience for everybody, and even between the left and the right, it's going to be a unique experience. So one more breath here, and then release. You can take a comfortable seat. Hopefully you feel a little bit of space in the hamstrings, and that was a nice little break before or after work. Come back to this often. It was nice to practice together. Take good care.